Whenever I say that being the best dressed in high school changed my life, it's no exaggeration. And not necessarily the title that they gave me, but the fact that I was dressing better and I was focusing more on my style completely changed everything for me. And if you're wondering how it all started, I basically just started by wearing button-ups to school. And I started picking up my style. I remember I was watching Iman Gadzhi and I was watching other guys who knew how to dress well. And I started adopting the old money style, which was quite literally just a button-up with nice pants and some decent loafers. I wasn't buying Loro Piana, I wasn't buying any of that crazy shit, but I was just focusing more on my style. And in return, what I got from that was a huge boost of confidence because people started taking me more seriously, girls started approaching me, and I basically just became the person who I imagined myself when I was younger becoming. I never imagined it to happen from me dressing better. I always imagined it to happen from me making a ton of money. Me dressing better actually correlates to me generating money and me actually making my first $1,000 online. And the way that I got there, it's a process. You're going to have to wait and you're going to have to stick around. It's not gonna take too long. But it all started, like I said, with a button up, and then I started progressing. I started buying more clothes, I started dressing better, started learning more about style, and more people started approaching me. More people wanted for me to teach them about style. They wanted to get to know me, they wanted to approach me, they wanted to have lunch with me. And you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't make any sense, but the thing is, style alone won't carry you. You need to have a good personality, you need to be somewhat charismatic. But don't get me wrong, how you dress and how you make your first impression makes people want to approach you, and especially if you have a nice aura to yourself, people will want to go up to you. And I went to my first networking event a little bit later. I'll get into that in a second. I got the confidence to start my first business, and I got the confidence to invest in myself and to buy a course. And Iman Gadzhi's course, which initially, not necessarily the course itself is what changed my life, but the fact that I was willing to invest in myself and the fact that I was willing to take the risk in buying such a high ticket product, which was $1,000 at the time, very expensive for me at the time. The fact that I was willing to do that opened my lanes to so many different things. And then things started progressing. I met my mentor on YouTube. I remember I was in math class scrolling on YouTube and one of his videos popped up. This was, again, when I was still in the process of becoming the best dressed in high school, my senior year. And he popped up, I saw his video, we went back and forth, I joined a school community, and then him and George Gaiman ended up inviting me to my first ever networking event that I went to, which I met some of the most fantastic people there. Robert Kiyosaki, Ken McElroy, George Gaiman, met my mentor in person for the first time. And then after that started happening, a lot of things just kind of started falling into place. Prior to that, I remember I was going out with a girl, and the only reason that I was going out with her is because she had approached me, she had asked me to go to prom with her, and simply because of the fact that I was the best dressed kid in high school. People always thought I was the son of some Indian billionaire, and people always had these extremely high expectations for me, and that in contrast allowed for me to raise my own expectations. And so me coming into that event, I came in confidence. By no means did I come in with an ego or arrogance, but I came in with confidence, which allowed me to be more loose and allowed me to make connections, allowed me to talk to people, simply from the fact that people had raised my I guess my ego, you could say, my confidence, by having these expectations of me that I was the son of some billionaire. And in my mind, I started developing this persona that I was wealthy, that I had a lot of money. Is it true? Do I have a fuckload of money? Not yet. I am working on the process. And then I started picking up skills by learning from them. I started basically taking more time in myself to actually want to get to this persona and get to this character that is making a fuckload of money. So I started picking up skills. The first skill that I learned was web development on Go High Level. And then I remember I sold my first website from Go High Level for $300. And then a couple months after that, I got my first client, which paid me $700, and then paying me a retainer for $400 a month. And that's exactly how I made my first $1,000, by eventually me leading up to being the best dressed in high school, people thinking all these crazy things of me, eventually led to me wanting to become that person that everyone thought I was, which led to me investing in myself and for me to learn skills. And going to a networking event allowed for me to raise my confidence even more and learn more skills. And then I started, it basically all just tracks down to confidence and taking risks. And me being the best dressed in high school led to me building a lot of confidence and getting to the point where I wanted to take more risks. So by no means is this some sort of Cinderella story. I do come from when I was younger, I wasn't the most confident. I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. I was a bit chubby, not the best looking. And it all started developing with my style. So if you are looking to get into style, let this be a sign for you that it will eventually track back to your confidence, how you present yourself, and how people treat you as well, and which will eventually lead to you making more money or actually having other opportunities be present.